Hey, today's soup is going to be chicken corn chowder. Now, this is not something I normally make, so I am following a recipe, and I will go ahead and link. I use the Pioneer Woman's recipe. I've used different ones. This one is pretty good. The only thing that I will be omitting is the bacon because my daughter doesn't eat pork. And really, this soup is for her. So I'm going to do a couple things different so that you can see what is going on. I'm going to be doing some in a skillet, then I will be dumping it in a pot. Calls for a yellow onion, but I use white. I like the little milder flavor. About that much. And it's calling for 3 cloves of garlic. And if you have not seen my videos before, I'm going to show you how you can get the cloves of garlic a lot easier. Chop off one end, chop off the other end, smack it with a knife, and the peel comes right off. And the peel is supposed to come right off. The peel comes right off. Sometimes it'll break in two if you smacked it pretty hard. But this way you don't have to fight with the peel of the garlic. Let's try that again. I chop one of the ends off, then the other end off. Take the knife by the side and hit it. And the wrapper should just peel right off. Like it did in this one. It called for 3 green onions. I do not have green onions since I got back, but I do have a bunch of onion tops from my garden. So I went out there and got those, and I will just be chopping those up into little pieces. This is calling for 2 medium-sized russets. I have just kind of small ones, so I cut up 3 small ones. What you want to do is you want to cut them up into bite-sized pieces, first peeling them. And in case you didn't know, make sure that you have a bowl of cool water that you can put your potatoes. You can even leave these in here until you're ready to slice them. That way the air does not turn them brown. Today's soup, I'm going to add some of the chicken that we have already cooked from a barbecue, and it's leftover. So I'm going to cut all the chicken off the bones, and we'll add that to a soup. I will also be using frozen corn that I've done from last year's harvest, and my frozen bell peppers that when I get a whole bunch of them, I chop them up, I freeze them. That way you always have everything you need to make a soup in your home. I'm chopping up 3 stalks of celery. Now, I told you I use bouillon cubes. 1 bouillon cube to 1 cup of water equals 1 cup. So all I need is 6 bouillon cubes, which again, I'm going to be crushing, and I have my water here. That's going to make my broth. I prefer to use the bouillon cubes. Then I have control. I threw an extra one in because I want a little extra flavor of chicken. Because I'm not doing the bacon, I need the fat. Do you remember a couple weeks ago when I did some chicken smolts? Smolts, I think it's called. So I am going to add that fat back in to this pan. Now, if you were doing the bacon, you would do the bacon usually in your pot. You would remove the bacon after it is crisp, and you'd put that on a paper towel, and then you would have the fat. So I am just heating up. I made some potatoes and steak earlier for breakfast, so I just still got that grease inside there, and then I put the schmaltz inside of there, and then I'll add 2 tablespoons of butter. Remember I told you when you're making soup, some of the base ones are onions. This is a medium onion. Celery, 3 stalks of celery. And 1 bell pepper. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on it to create that steam we had yesterday. And so that's going to cook down. We need to cook it until it's soft. I just realized I had my garlic in there. You're not supposed to put it until this is soft, but it'll be okay. I said yesterday, you can notice the color changing as they become softer. That's what they mean by translucent. One of the things that I could not cook, could not grasp how to make was gravy, homemade gravy, until one of the ladies from my church basically said, whatever grease you have left in a pan, put flour in it, stir that around, then you add it to the liquid. That's how you make gravy. So in a few minutes, I'm going to take these, I'm going to dump them into the other water. I'm going to add the flour to the leftover grease, and then we'll be dumping all of that inside of there. Thought I was recording, I was not. So I put the flour in there. See how it's all grouping together? Now we're going to let these cook until the potatoes are soft when I put a fork in them. Add some salt and pepper. And of course the daily dust. Okay, so I'm checking to see if the potatoes are fork tender. And they go through there. So now I can add the chicken, and that's 3 cups of chicken, and it equals 4 cups of corn. And because these are frozen, I'm going to have to let that water come back up to simmering point. And 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. That way you get all that goodly cream out of there. And that is basically this soup. Look how good and delicious that is. Now you could add flavors. You could add more salt or pepper to it, or anything else that you want to season it up. But it was that simple. So I'm going to bring this back up to the simmer, get everything hot because that corn was frozen, and we're ready to eat. Hope you enjoyed this chicken corn chowder tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow for beans and ham. Hey, have yourself a great evening. Oh, and I forgot. Put your green onions on the top of it. Look how delicious that looks.